Alright folks, the deck is Proving Grounds Big Demon Hunter. The goal of the deck is to use Proving Grounds to hit some of our big minions, pull them from our deck directly into play. Ideally, many of them will either survive or hit a strong death rattle in the process, like Silver Vanguard, Scrapyard Colossus, or, in the case of Neptulon, give us a big board to swing back with. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/Roffle. Big Priest-like deck? Not really. More similar to Big Paladin.
Arana versus Vanguard Stormpike. This battlefield will be mine!
I alone will shield my people.
Okay, I just have to keep this in case of pirates. I think Swagger Roff did Proving Grounds where only the minions were a Troll Centaurian. Yeah, that I did that. I think it's actually a bot, like based on the way they're mousing over this card. So, we're probably just gonna go next.
I must withdraw.
Arana versus Tyrande.
You give me strength. I alone will shield my people.
These are all terrible cards to keep. And kind of terrible cards to get off your mulligan. Okay. Work on not drawing minions. At least we're ramping up our Kurtrus. Not doing a whole lot else though. I think I'm gonna swap the Furies for the Illidari Studies. It's a disgustingly bad draw. And the longer this goes, the harder it becomes to beat Big Priest. This is just a horrendous matchup. If it's Big Priest anyway, because everything that we do, they do significantly better. They have longer, much more longevity. They can get things out earlier, and so I think we're just gonna lose. Just in part because of our draw, and in part because of the matchup. Yeah, it's Big Priest, we lose. Like, I don't have playable cards. and they're likely to have hit a Shadow Essence by now. Impressive that they haven't. At least I can get this down next turn. But it's kind of weak to the Shadow Cloth and Needle. Okay. Unfortunate how that worked out. I would have rather Neptulon been the first one. If we can get some of these charges from the... How's that gonna work? Okay. Getting the Shadow Cloth Needle charges off is good for the Xhilag. A decent amount of damage at least. Also fine. Somehow they drew worse than me.
Out of your depth, impale! The tides have turned. I'm still standing!
Not expect to win this. I just got fortunate that they drew worse than me somehow. WTF is watching without video. It means that you're watching. Well, I guess it's listening without video would be the more appropriate thing.
Arana versus Rexa. Let the hunt begin.
I alone will shield my people.
Illidari Studies, thank you. I already regret it in this matchup if it's Questline Hunter. Maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be Copier Hunter. So keep for that. Oh, thank God they mulligan the quest. Okay. Copper Hunter has become more popular because it's probably the better Hunter deck right now. Mm-hmm. This is fine. I don't need to overreact with a Felscream Blast just yet. I would rather get value off of that.
Here, girl. I smell an ambush.
Sure. Looks like an older version if it, or maybe even just like Reno Beast Hunter. It's running Selective Breeder.
For Suramar.
It's an attack here to set up an Immolation Aura. Okay, it does look like Copper Hunter. I meant to remind you about the Illidari Studies sooner, but my hands are full of Cheez-It Dust. Well, that's understandable. I've got this to clear a big board, as well as the Kurtrus. I played some Copper Hunter. It should be up soon. And I would have appreciated if some of these stayed in my deck. Hey, welcome, Human. Oh god. 0 mana donk. I think I might just have to go Topple the Idol, especially if they have a Buzzard here, because we're not going to get enough coverage with the... Yeah, especially with, or with the Beaver. We don't have enough coverage with the Kurtrus, so... Hopefully we can hit a Proving Grounds off of this. Success. Oh my god, they're both there.
Well met.
Swag, thank you for the 35 months. Me and the boys watching Morbius? I'm sorry. Is that meant to be an emote? Oh no, no, no! My weapon! Oh, I don't have the 7 TV installed, that's why I didn't see it. Okay, so I think we go Felscream into either Coin Proving Grounds or Coin... It's just always Proving Grounds, right? Like, this is the less reliable play, but the more fun play.
Job's done.
Pretty good. Oh my god.
Well met.
Dark Wolf, thank you for the prime. Okay, just need to dodge a charging Beaver. Because if they have like Tundra Rhino Beaver here, plus some other things, because they do have at least one thing that is reduced cost, I'm gonna have a bit of a problem. Okay, that's not it. These already deal 2, so not the end of the world. I'm sorry, what? That's not a Copper Hunter card. Jeez.
I have given up everything. What have you sacrificed? Fear my glaive. Job's done.
Rexar greater than Tavish? I mean, not in terms of effectiveness. So in order to get my second Proving Grounds, I have to hit the Topple the Idol, because we know that it's at the bottom of our deck. Definitely the tempo play the deck is looking for? Yeah. Not exactly. Seems risky. That's the second Buzzo.
Well met.
Here's to 1.5 years together.
Hey, appreciate that, David. Thank you for the 18 months.
Out of your depth, impair.
Beaver. Does this have rush or just taunt? No, that's fine. I've got the Fel Barrage for that. It's also the second Beaver, which makes me feel a little bit safer.
Give them Fel. Impale. There is no measure to my fury.
Save this for next turn. Get an extra bit of damage.
Fear my glaive.
Or just play it now so that I can slam a Scrapyard.
Shadows grow long. There is no measure to my fury.
Now I just need an attacker on board to get lethal and potentially even through a taunt.
Here, girl. I smell an ambush. The tides have turned.
I think we just go Ozumat and kill both of those. And then the Ozumat sets up a lot of damage. Sure.
I'm still standing. Fear my glaive.
There is a chance that they're running Dreadscale because they played Serpent Bloom, so. Fortunately, this will at least kill the Dreadscale, but we would not have lethal. Good God. I keep getting Tinger Build-A-Beasts. I also keep building beasts last, which is kind of like a tap last scenario. Because this, like, that alone doesn't solve their problem. They need something more than the, like, double. Yeah, this isn't going to do it. Good job.
Give them Fel. Arana!
Priest is bad news if it's anything but like Shadow Priest.
You give me strength. I alone will shield my people.
Forgot the Illidari Studies again. Just need to find the Proving Grounds, I think, before I do something like this and draw all the bad cards. Unlucky. I'm pretty horrendously unfavored into Big Priest. Because I have like one way of cheating out minions, they have many. Hey, welcome Romano. How you doing today?
Well met.
Yashi. Thank you for the prime. Fortunately, this deck is just like, it kind of needs to run into something slightly aggressive. You're welcome by. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, I don't know, floundering right now. Got Fury. Yep, at least this way, like, just a regular old Resurrect doesn't solve the problem. They need the 4 mana Eternal Servitude. Surely this opponent will be punished for using the Resurrects for Neptulon? No, probably not. What they do is they just run 2 minions. Blood of Gahoon and Neptulon. And the blood summons the... You want to get the, as long as you get the blood in your res pool, you can get a bunch of Neptulons over and over again. So your res pool is not that important in terms of getting the hands. It's just kind of how you build Big Priest these days. Ozumat.
Out of your depth.
Yeah, that's actually not bad.
The tides have turned.
Just Immo or that. Cool. So that's one servitude, and that's the one that's naturally occurring in their deck. It's very unlikely that I'm able to, like, run them out of resources, though. Just because they have so many more than me.
You will be crushed beneath the endless tide.
Okay. I'm trying to avoid using this as long as I can, because, like, a mass res is pretty punishing for me. So I think while it's possible to remove with the other spells, I'm going to do that, and I definitely don't want to risk leaving a Neptulon on the board. I could have gone Proving Grounds there, but if I leave a Neptulon on the board and they resurrect another Neptulon or more and get additional copies of the hands, then I just kind of die. So if I leave a Neptulon on the board, they just rip a Diamond Spellstone and win the game off the back of that, which is not something that I want them to live or allow. Okay, fine. We get the damage. Okay, that's good to see it come out of their deck. Guess I hit a 7. All right. I think this is my best opening for this. Ugh. I just need to hit something 8 or more here, I think. Yeah, I was never clearing this board. Xhilag catching me off guard, that's because it's not good in the deck. So it makes sense that it would catch you off guard.
Arana versus Nemzi.
Let's have some fun!
I alone will shield my people.
FOMO. Isn't Light Shower Ellie just generally better than Xiliax's anti-aggro? There are a lot of cards that are better for anti-aggro in Big Priest than Xiliax. Like Statue. Either Statue. Or Statue, Colossus. Colossus is generally better. But like, Xiliax does not belong in Big Priest. If you're looking to optimize it. I don't think Light Shower is good enough for the deck either. There are a lot of strong options. Likely they get a big minion down here. It's gonna be hard to beat this deck. Yep. We just take it, and the next turn we topple. And hope they don't have a giant here. I imagine that they would have probably preferred a giant over a null anyway. That's bad. Need to hit an 8 mana minion or more. That makes it harder to do so. Sure. The clear, so pretty good. It kind of makes my next draw pretty bad. This is just to try and make Xhilag a little bit better into that. Only 2 need to hit it now instead of all 4.
More bones to gnaw.
This is bad news. I'm probably dead here. I'm very dead here. There's almost 0 chance of survival this turn. Have to get incredibly lucky. Still probably dead though. Yep. Predictable.
I must withdraw.
I needed to kill both of them to have any semblance of a chance. They had drawn so many cards that it wasn't going to happen with just one.
Arana versus Anduin.
Light makes right.
The one bad part about tanking my MMR to Diamond 10 is that I queue into a lot of Big Priest down here because that deck is trash.
Well met.
Geocom, thank you for the prime. Unfortunately, my deck is also trash. Especially when I draw like this. Okay. Proving Grounds on 5. It is another Big Priest. I think I've played 5 games now, and 3 of them have been Big Priest so far. And that is not a good matchup for me. At least you managed to beat one. I mean, the only reason I beat that one is because they somehow managed to draw worse than my horrendous draw. Because I drew horrendously that game. They just somehow drew worse, which I didn't think was going to be possible. Alright, at least next turn I'll be able to do something. Big Priest needs some luck too. Not really. They have a lot more redundancy in their deck than I do. They just played 2 copies of Shadow Visions and 1 copy of Thrive in Shadows. It's a lot easier for them to find their pieces to get online than it is for me. Big Priest is an incredibly consistent deck. It just power spikes later than is necessary for the current metagame.
Job's done.
Okay, that's good. The hands attack. What do they attack? Sure. I've got lethal. Okay. Dodge a taunt.
Well met.
Chico, thank you for the prime. Really unlucky. Speaking of, that's just incredibly ridiculous. That lost me the game. 100%. That's GG. To be fair, the same amount of damage if you had 1. That's not important because I still would have a... Well, that's first of all not true, and second of all not important because like having the Neptulon means the Neptulon represents 14 when the hands are gone. But also it's not true because the hands can attack themselves. So the hands attack twice, then with the Neptulon, then once just naturally, so that's 4 more damage. But no matter how you shake it out, it's wrong.
I must withdraw.
And even if it were true, it's still wrong because having an Neptulon on the board is better than having not a Neptulon on the board.
Arana versus Jaina.
You asked
Please don't be
for it.
Quest Mage.
I alone will shield my people.
God, I keep forgetting to add the stupid Illidari Studies. This should be an Illidari Studies and would make my hand easier to stomach. If it's Quest Mage, I'm just going to concede. So that I can add the Illidari Studies to my deck. Can't really beat Quest Mage with this deck anyway. Yeah, that's a good sign. Unfortunately, I do not want to draw that unless they're running Dirty Rat. But aside from the Proving Grounds, this hand is real bad. I keep drawing all of my minions.
That's right.
It is Quest Mage. I should just concede. Quest mage that drew Sivara? Yeah.
No waves can save
Or big small mage, okay. What 2-mana spell are they running? Is it Reno big spell? Down.
That's right. Feel the groove.
Job's done.
Maybe Ancient Mysteries. Isn't that an 8-mana card? No, that's the 2-mana one. I mean, it could be, but, like, I was expecting Big Spell, and Ancient Mysteries doesn't make sense in a Big Spell mage. I think you would rather just run Arcanologist or Mad Scientist.
Sorry, Squishy, I'm working.
Okay. I could get rid of both of the spells, but yeah. Like, I've just got lethal showing with the hero power. Add. Xhilag? Okay. Let's actually go ahead and get rid of both spells now so that we can't get barbed. But, like, their barb isn't terribly relevant or reliable as it stands anyway, because they have so many cards in hand, potentially low-cost spells. Because we've seen some low-cost spells already. That seems a little unwise.
Out of your depth.
This is not what we stood for.
Meh.
Impale.
Bonk. Alright. I'm going to remember to make this card swap now. And I'll be right back. Try that. Yeah, Demon Hunter does kind of have it rough on the mana cheat. But, oh well.
Arana
Warrior?
versus Garrosh. Victory or death.
I alone will shield my people.
Kind of looks like a full keep to me. Just in case a pirate. I would have been better off in my deck still. Maybe I don't have enough 8-drops now that I moved the ogres out. Let me rethink that. Okay. Yeah, we could get a Gruul in here. That might be fun. Although Gruul is kind of fragile. So not necessarily the kind of card that we want. We've currently got 3 8-mana minions. That's not terrible.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
Yeah. Let's go Felscream into Fel Barrage. Seems good.
In the box? Pirate stuff.
Fly, party.
Pirate Warrior's weird. Haven't seen it in a long time. I know. Ugh. It's not a good top deck. Alright. I need to dodge another real bad turn. I've got 2 draws coming next turn, so hopefully I hit like an Immolation Aura. Or even like a Topple the Idol might be good, just to clean up the board going into the Proving Grounds turn. Yeah, just anything on this side on this end of my deck would be good. Well, maybe not Felscream necessarily. High Beam is good though. Let's just snipe that off. This is just a good enough turn. I can play this with the Proving Grounds a lot of times. Or if I need to. I have the Ankar in hand.
We're gonna need more gunpowder.
All it takes is a lot of lava.
Still probably needs to be a Proving Grounds here. I've got a lot of good hits off of it. I am taking a bunch of damage though, so I might just need this for the 3 healing. Yeah, it's honestly not even, like, this is pretty good if we get Xhilag as well, so let's see what we hit. Okay. I'll take that.
Put your dukes up, small fry.
You just take this trade. Or maybe not. Maybe I want to clean some of these off just so that I can make space for Proving Grounds.
Well played.
Twins! Let's get the healing in. Seems likely we win from here. Even if they have a taunt, I have the Coilfang, so. Or even just the. Yeah. It sure is a 7-mana card these days, isn't it? And let's reevaluate some of our 8-drops. Maybe get one more in. Or even just in place of this, that seems worse. Bulking Overfiend. This, maybe? Batterhead? Why is Kel'Thuzad not in this deck? That's a real good starting point. Oak card? I don't think Oak card makes sense in this deck. At all.
Arana versus Thrall. For Doomhammer.
I alone will shield my people.
They're not the cards we're looking for. Let's hard mull for the Proving Grounds and Sigil. Oh my god, this hand. That is some serious dirty rat protection, though. Yikes. Alright, coin, dirty rat every time. Unlucky. Next turn for sure. Evolve, maybe? Oh my god, this hand. I've got the topple for the evolve. But the rest of my hand is looking pretty gross, given all the minions in it. Okay. Regular old elemental.
You built this for me?
I mean, that's something that I can do with my mana on turn 7 at least, so it's a step in the right direction. It's possible I should have just I-beamed this to set up a guaranteed kill on this, but... Jeez, that's terrifying.
Turn up the heat.
Need to hit something 5 or more, which I've drawn a lot of my expensive stuff, so that's not really a reliable expectation. Okay, 5 is perfect, so let's do that. Topple into topple. Oh, it's a dumb hammer. Probably okay for me. I just need something 2 or more off of the topple. Or I could just like double I-beam that. That seems good. Only got 2 cards left. We Xhilag next turn. Unless they develop a lot of stuff, in which case we topple again. But this looks nice into the Xhilag. Cool. I assume they probably take 2 of the stocks off the board. Nice. Fine. If they play something that this dies into, we probably want to prioritize this, just so that, like, eating is nice, but it blocks the Doomhammer. Ow. Mega ow. Please no crackle. They just got so much cost reduction.
Arana versus Anduin. Light makes right.
I alone will shield my people.
There's the Proving Grounds. And we got a Sigil. Okay. This is probably better for me than the big priest we have been facing, at least. They have answers to their early game. Usually. Not in hand, but I've got a couple draws at them. Oh, it could be the Reno version. Stop drawing minions, please. It does kind of look like the Reno version. It's probably worse for me. I just keep drawing minions.
The future is clear.
Okay.
Your demise
Alright. I'll clear the board next turn into the Proving Grounds. Since the mulligan, I've drawn one spell.
I'm 7 moves ahead.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, I just have to burn the topple into that. Or not. This is still like a very bad matchup for me just because they have removal. And I have limited threats.
Job's done.
Look at that.
I am looking at it, thank you. These are now officially completely dead, because I have all of my 8 mana cards in hand. Yeah, one... Yep. Unbelievable.
At last, a worthy disciple.
Strength withers. Cool survive.
Job's done.
Annoying. You're welcome, Seashore.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Well met.
4 months. Thanks for the great content. Excited to see what content will come in the next 4.
Hey, thank you for the 4 months, Zerdai. Not sure what they get off of that because this is pretty spooky. Oh. Have you ever considered playing standard? No, not really. People to my channel for wild. And I don't really find standard all that fun. Ollie. It's fine. A lot of Reno Priests don't play Spawn anymore. Yeah. I don't think anyone was concerned about Spawn though. Like, the opponent doesn't win this game by comboing me down. They usually win this game by just removing all of my resources.
We're gonna be rich.
Fine.
Specimen.
Wait, these go first, don't they? That order is going to be a bummer for me. Yeah. Could just played a different 8-drop. Or just gone all face. Didn't think about the play order there. Okay, that actually gives me a bit of hopium. Nope. I just need to get out of this game. There's no coming back from here. I've got another Reno in hand.
I must withdraw.
My draw was horrendous at the beginning. Not getting value off of the Vanguards is costly in a matchup where they're just trying to out-resource me. And just continually drawing minion after minion is also not a recipe for a win.
Arana versus Maiev.
None can escape my fury. I alone will shield my people.
Alright, these cards help me survive against Rogue. I honestly wouldn't mind if they had like a really nutty Parachute Brigand opener.
Swiftly.
Like, they're here for the mulligan. Can Glide be decent in this deck? No. Absolutely not. We would never be able to outcast it. And like, our hand is going to be way too full. We can sometimes generate it off of Illidari Studies and that would be fine, but like, as a card in our deck, it's not good at all. Is this another Mill Rogue? That would be bad for me. Alright. I mean, this is fine. Okay. I want that back. I was too scared of the Mill Rogue, I guess, but we did queue into quite a few earlier. Let's just have a little peek here. Oh, God, it is Mill Rogue. Why are you running Circus Amalgam in this deck? What? Couldn't fit Vandar. Vandar doesn't make sense in this deck. It's built around Proving Grounds. Please stop asking about every single... Ah. Exclamation point card. I understand that you just got here, but if everybody who just gets here asks about a card that's in or not in the deck, I'm constantly bombarded by questions like that, which is exactly what happens. There's a reason for the cards that are in the deck, there's a reason for the cards that are not in the deck. I'm also just going to have to do the thing where I time people out for making, like, I can't beat Mill Rogue, especially with this hand. Like, I'm gonna have to start timing people out again if they keep bombarding me with the same joke about add card that doesn't make sense in the deck. So please don't do that, because that just incites more people to keep bombarding me with that question. And it's exhausting. Oh, thank you for... Yep, there are consequences to your action. I literally just got done saying it. I don't know how much more clear I could be.
Versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin.
I alone will shield my people.
Let's keep the Immo Aura because there has been a lot of Copper Hunter lately. I think some people enjoy watching you get mad. Yeah, I understand that.
We have turned our curse into
Even
our
Hunter
strength.
makes this keep a little bit better as well. But generally not a good matchup.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Not bad. Kinda just need something playable here. That counts. No reason to give up an Immolation Aura here.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Probably have to play around Ice Trap now.
Form ranks.
Oh. Needed to find a Proving Grounds in there. There's now almost certainly an Ice Trap in that. Or not. Seems like Dart Trap. I don't think Dart Trap makes sense in the current meta. Who are you Dart Trapping? Where's the cat? Can I just play around snipe, I guess?
My eyes for vengeance.
I think I go face here. Oh my god, it is dart. And that's getting a lot of...
For Suramar.
Job's done.
Okay. Still don't know what those secrets are. But that Kurtrus really did some work. See? I mean, that just because you were right doesn't mean it makes sense, like, as a card in the metagame, right? Like, that's... Again, just being results oriented, but congrats, I guess. You really showed me. Please kill that. Thank you. We've already checked for explosive, so no, they got a new secret last turn. So, like, I can't attack with these ever. Or my face. I'm not gonna get a chance anyway. This game's over. Yep, GG.
No walls can hold me.
Second snipe, maybe. That was dumb. More often than not, we die here. So you're saying there's a chance. Actually, there isn't a chance. Because I got the pressure plate hit me. I needed healing here. What if it's freezing? There we go. Found it.
Punch first.
Do I get enough stocks here? Should be enough, right? That's 12. Yeah, lethal. I mean, that's why you don't run those secrets. Like, I didn't even consider Freezing Trap as an option until that moment, because it's not a good secret right now.
Arana versus Jane.
Oh, please don't be Quest Mage.
You asked for it. I alone will
Okay,
shield
point out
my
the Proving
people.
Grounds. Please don't be Secret Mage. Or Quest Mage, rather. Oh my good god, this hand. Okay, maybe I want it to be Quest Mage just so I can get out of this game. Okay, not Quest Mage. Oh. Found my minions. Sure hope they're running Dirty Rat. Hey, welcome, Immortal. One, two, three, four, 5 consecutive minions. Six consecutive minions. Can't wait for the YouTube comments. tell me how likely this is because of the way the deck is built. Not realizing what the odds of, well, now 7 consecutive coin flips are. Sure. Is that main deck? And before YouTube comment about Finley, somebody suggested Finley in Big Warrior. So you're not wrong to predict that. Okay, well that might make up for it, but I'm legitimately out of minions at this point if I keep drawing them.
Job's done.
Xhilag is good. Hit the Lieutenant maybe? Okay, I'll take that. Nice. Okay. That makes up for this draw. Except the, like the silver Vanguards are just terrible at this point. Yeah, the Abomination only targets enemies. God. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I can't even play that because it messes with the Neptulon. Which means I'm gonna draw another minion next turn. Fine. Sniped.
Another happy guildie.
So this is an unplayable card. Might as well play the Proving Grounds and then just start jamming my 8 mana stuff. This is unreal. That is just absolutely outrageous.
Your hopes are lost.
This is sitcom material. I don't know what you guys are freaking out over. Like, by YouTube math, this is expected. This should happen every game. Or at least 50% of them, right? Because my deck is half minions. So half the time I should draw all of my minions, the other half I should draw all of my spells.
Time to wash away the filth.
Like, look at the deck tracker. Pretty unreal.
You play with work
Job's
now.
done.
In my belly.
I think they have another Cone of Cold, too. Whoever it was that predicted the Topple the Idol draw was one turn too late.
For Suramar, that minion needs a turn to prepare.
I can use the Topple or even the I-beam to clear the net. So that, wait, why not just, okay. This is fine. What if I just clear this? And get them back with the, on something that costs 2? Perfect. So the important part of this is I get the hands back. And it sets up for a better Kurtrus next turn.
You will be crushed beneath the endless tide.
I can get 3 to their face next turn. Wait, those just come back. Never mind.
I have given up everything. What have you sacrificed? Fear my claim.
I've got 2 attacks with these if they ever play a minion. Which I assume they have minions if they have the Babbling Book and Egwin.
The wails of these caverns chill me. Love the cold!
I need more study.
Thank God. They might have just had like play frost spells, or is that a quest? Or they are just like the flow, the 0 mana 5/5. Perfect draw, yeah, you can't argue with results. Alright, now that we get that out of our system, we're not going to draw minions turn after turn again, are we?
Arana versus Liadrin! My blade burns with holy fire!
I alone will shield my people.
Maybe keep the Immolation Aura, but definitely not the Neptulon. Double Proving Grounds. What does it mean? Oh. Maybe it'll be dual Paladin and we can get some value off of their cards. Surely we won't draw our big minions again. Okay, no duel in this deck. Oh my god, we really are just gonna draw exclusively spells this game, the exact opposite. I mean, I'm not complaining, because this is definitely preferred to drawing only minions.
Reporting for duty.
I assume that means they're going for a real big pop-off, like in the... Wait.
My hand is full.
They didn't have a single mech that could play there? Ugh. Yeah, let's just go ahead and face tank that. Actually, let's do this to play around magnetic stuff. Immolation Aura is so nice into bubbles, yeah, especially Bubble Bot. But Neptulon is really helpful to get off of the Proving Grounds, especially if you can get them first, so kind of a bummer that we didn't. Let's just clear that. And then set up for the Proving Grounds next turn. But I think a Bubble Bot is probably a reason why they would be holding back as much as they are. But at the same time, like, the longer they wait to go in... Okay, this might require a topple if they go in a little bit further than this. No? Do I still go for it? I don't really want to leave them with a Mech Warper on the board for even a turn. Not going to. And getting the Kurtrus in hand is also a good way to deal with some of their threats. Okay, this is my opening for the Proving Grounds. I don't really feel that concerned about... Wait, they're not going in further on? Okay. Ooh. Topple does reveal the card, so they know it's Kurtrus on top. Good hits. Okay, I'll take that. Whereas opponents' good cards, they played it on, what was it, turn 1 or 2? But then they haven't played anything after that, so... a little confusing. Ozumat is good into tokens, at least. It's also pretty good into bubbles, right? Bubbles and or magnetic. Easy lethal next turn? I don't think that's how math works. My hero power costs mana. Like, I'm curious what all these mechs... They've been holding 4 mechs this entire game. Mechathune WinCon, maybe? That's the Twitch chat I know and love. Or at least know. You're dead?
ruin.
Mega dead.
Arana versus Thrall.
Statistically, next match will be all minions again. You're right.
I alone will shield my
I
people.
better keep all the spells just to be safe. Well, not quite all minions, but close enough.
For
Here we go again. Okay, actually a good top deck here. Saved, maybe. Probably just I-beam the floor goal. And hope we hit something for next turn. Fel Barrage or Immolation Aura would be nice. Oh god, they did have the Tox. Good draw. Get lucky here? I got one of the important minions, so that's like an expected outcome. I'll take that. Honestly, surprised you can still stand playing these decks. I mean, if I weren't standing, I wouldn't be able to reach the keyboard. So. Need a Scrapyard here. Or a Coilfang.
Job's done.
Okay, that's actually a good split. Clean this up, please. Oh my god! Oh, that was so good. And we've already seen the Flurgle Tox. Uh-oh. I mean, where does that go? With the Xhilag? Nice. I think everything just goes face here. There is a slight failure rate, but it's really unlikely. Yeah, it's more likely that we don't get any abominable value.
You win this one.
Nice.
Arana versus Tyrande.
You give me strength. I alone will shield my people.
Keep the Sigil. Look for Proving Grounds. Draw minions instead. Nailed it. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those games again. I thought we were due for a spell game, but I guess not. Oh no, it's gonna be Big Priest too. That's not a good matchup for me. Okay, well we got the Kurtrus and the Proving Grounds at least. So those are good draws. Maybe they'll accidentally be playing a Dirty Rat or something. Stop. You're gonna run out of minions before the Proving Grounds again. We're getting there. Nice. You for the spell. Just allocate the mana to that now. Hope they don't have Shadow Essence. They have it. Oh, they don't. Okay. See what we get first. We could get like a Coilfang or a Lieutenant. Or both.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark.
Let me go ahead and eat that. That was pretty good. What does Revive Felback come back as? They should come back with the stats that they have now. Because, like, these aren't buffed. They're just the stats that we summoned it with. I mean, I've got Lethal showing here. This. Okay, well, makes it a little bit more difficult.
Give them Fel!
Punch first.
Out of your depth. Impale! The tides have turned.
Fear my glaive!
I should have actually crashed this in sooner in the turn. There are outs for lethal here, but it's more just about getting me additional attacks. But Xhilag would have been lethal. About it, I suppose. I can get through a single elemental if they have a like one res effect. Not too difficult. Hard turn for the opponent? I mean, unironically, yeah. There's a lot to consider and a lot to sort through. Fine. It heals for how much? 24.
Fear my glaive!
Got 14 damage. Just for my hero power is showing. 20 damage per turn.
Care to dance with death?
How long can this go on?
The path is clear for the worthy.
There's no lethal here, right? 20 plus the board, but the board has to go into this. I think we just play the Neptulon.
The answer is here.
Unless I'm missing something. We go here into I-beam it and get the Coilfang to kill this. Then I'm just left with all that. Need to send one into this. Unfortunately, I can't clear the arena. One damage short on that.
Job done.
I see a path with Nep. I mean, yeah, I understand that. I was just trying to see if there's a better play that turn, or especially one that included lethal. Or got the Katrina off the board. If you had 9 mana minion slots and 19 mana, you had lethal? Okay. Thank you for double checking that for me. I gotta kill that. Feels real bad though. But I can't let them keep getting the stupid elementals back. Okay, it's good to know they have that.
Fear my glaive! I'm still standing! Fear my glaive!
Game is exhausting. What are they pointing at with that? Oh god, drag below? Please don't. I need that guy. At the very least I want him. Okay, this is also a dead card now. Hysteria? It's fine.
Care to dance with death?
For the worthy.
It's 15, 18.
Out of your death. Impale. The tides have turned.
Fear my glaive!
At this point my topples are actually kind of bad as well. Unless I need a topple here. Unlucky. $27, so I have to play this. I died to Shard, which we know they're running, so probably just dead here. I don't think there's a chance for me to win regardless of what I do though. What an incredibly infuriating game of Hearthstone that was. We just lost to bad minions game turn after turn. Which feels bad. Opponent really enjoys 40-minute matches? I mean, yeah, some people do, but those are not good cards for getting you 40-minute matches. Those are just not good cards in Big Priest. Most of the time. Alright, maybe this opponent will help us with some ramping.
Guide me to victory.
I alone will shield my people.
I need to find Proving Grounds to win, so I'm just going to look for it and hope that I don't get a handful of minions again. I'll take this. Ozumat makes sense in my deck because it is built around Proving Grounds, which Ozumat is good with. So, like, again, Twitch chat understand nuance challenge, impossible difficulty.
For Suramar.
No, Vandar? I don't know how to explain this to people, but Vandar is not a good card. Especially in a deck that's built around Proving Grounds. Unfortunately, my hand is very bad. Pulling Vandar at least means the other minion survives. Sometimes. That doesn't make Vandar a good hit to... Like, I would rather just get 2 good hits than, like, play a Shadow Essence in a deck with no res effects, you know?
Well met.
Just coming in to give my Prime sub. Always thankful for the vids.
Hey, thank you, Say. Appreciate the support. Well, at least we get the Kurtrus next turn. I was hoping for a Proving Grounds there, but this is also pretty good. We can just go Kurtrus into Xhilag. If you want to run Vandar in the deck, you would need to run Abyssal Depths, an equally bad card. Yeah, Vandar... And that's, like, already way too slow, right? Because of, the, like, if Abyssal were 3 mana, it might work a little bit better. But, like, it messes up your, like, curve so much that you're not really accelerating things with Vandar. And... Like, I think people that suggest Vandar don't realize that the speed of the game right now, you can't afford to play Vandar from hand with the expectation of then playing minions from hand. You need bigger power spikes than that in the format right now.
I have given up everything. What have you sacrificed?
Like, someone was really mad at me for not running Duel in Big Paladin, or sorry, not running Vandar in Duel Paladin. When, like, obviously you have the call to adventure there, but, like, you cannot afford to take those turns off. And with the, like, potential downside of then drawing your Vandar off of the duel. Or hitting it off of Prismatic Lens. Like, there are too many downsides for the upside. And on top of that, I think that deck only ran, like, 6 or so minions, so you're not even getting that much value. It's a better card in this deck, but it's still just, like... not good enough to make the cut. Yeah, exactly. The meta was way too fast. And has been for a long time. So even if they do hit us with poison seeds here, at least I get the damage from the Kurtrus. So it's not the end of the world. So I think I am just going to cash in on that damage now. And then they're just dead.
Give them Fel.
What's the worst deck building suggestion you've ever gotten from chat? Very, very frequently people tell me to put a quest in an even deck and then, like, argue with me when I say that that's not how it works. So they just like legitimately argue against reality when I explain that it doesn't work that way, and then they say no, it is because it starts in your opening hand. And I say no, that's not how it works. And then they keep going and going and going.
I will shield my people.
Again, we've been seeing more Copper Hunters, so I'm going to keep the Immolation Aura just in case, and they mold the quest spot, so that's good news for me.
Greetings, traveler.
Tanubala. For Suramar.
I found my minions again.
Suramar.
Take 2 damage to deal 1 damage. I don't think that's worth in this matchup. The opponent is the aggressor. But you can play Cthulhu in an even deck. Yeah, I understand that. That's just further support of why a quest doesn't work, right? Because Gen and Baku both look at your starting deck, not the deck that you enter the game with. Or not, like... Or before you even enter the game is where it's looking. So that's perfectly consistent. Oh, but can you? Sorry, I missed that. Yes, you can, because, again, it looks at your starting deck, so it sees a 10 mana card. I see you later, Blob. What do you find more frustrating to face in general, Big Shaman after the nerfs or Shadow Shaman? You mean before the nerfs? Because it's not even close. Big Shaman is one of the most frustrating decks to play against that I've ever experienced in Hearthstone. Like, turn 1 Yashara is really tough to top. I'll just take this straight up trade. I could have used the Fel Barrage, but I don't want to wait longer to get the Kurtrus online. Justicar 6, yeah, Justicar is another common suggestion that people have for even decks, not realizing that the cost reduction doesn't carry over. Doesn't look like we're getting a Proving Grounds this game, or at least not in a timely manner. But the Ozumat's got represents a lot of damage for us.
You'll find me wherever the action is.
But gotta deal with that before thinking about the Ozumat, I think. Opponent's deck is a blast from the past, and I'm into it. Nice. Beautiful. We did in fact end up hitting the Proving Grounds. Got a good outcome off of it. So, okay. That's no good. Or is it? Okay. Freezing, probably. But do I ever hold back here?
Fear my glaive.
Freezing isn't that common these days. Also still a playable card at least.
Nothing but a bunch of big birds!
So it's 6. Plus 14, 20. I'm a little bit short and I don't want to die. So maybe I just play the Coilfang? Is that crazy? Plays well into Reno as well, which we know they are, so I think I'm going for it.
The fires of vengeance burn bright!
How about a new life? How about a new life?
How about a new one? You dead?
Finally, a worthy. Fear my glaive.
Honk. Alright. I think that's enough punishment for one day for me.